Stand by.
Okay.
Go.
Back here at Tournament Central, and here's Laura Viterber with all the scoring for the first game of the regional tonight between Lincoln and Muhammad Seymour.
We have Becky Hendrickson with 5, Anna Kessler with 6, Stacy Clements with 8, Jenny Ungates with 4, Christina Welch with 4, Stephanie Schroeder with 3, and Haley Hatefield with 2. And for your Lady Railers, we have Brittany Robbins with 6, Allison Humbert with 8, Kelsey Bruce with 10, Angie Bossingham with 21, Michelle Young with 6, Sarah McLaughlin with 4, Jenny Story with 4, Heidi Graff with 2, Autumn Feldman with 4, Christina Cook with 4, Emily Mahler with 2, and Christy Peters with 1.
Thank you, Laura Viterber. You did a good job on those pronunciations. Very
Thanks.
good. While we got a chance, we got Mr. Larry Gleason with us. Without him, he's one of the guys behind the scenes. He's an elected official. He's on the high school Board of Education. Larry, how many years you been on there?
6 years.
6 years, and I noticed you come to all the games, all the sports. Notice Mr. Pleasy wasn't with you tonight.
No, he missed it tonight. I haven't talked to him today, so I don't know where he's at.
Well, I'll try and talk him into running this, and just for the entertainment factor. I know he only gives us the highlights on the home games, but maybe you can get a extra hint in there to him for me.
Well, I'll talk to him later tonight.
All right. Thanks a lot for stopping by, Larry.
You're welcome.
All right, here's Coach Ed Moore on the Ed Moore post-game show, and thanks for coming up, Coach Moore. You got to get them all in there tonight to play, and it was a special night for the Lady Railers.
Oh, I thought we played really well. We came out well. Angie shot the ball extremely well at the start, and I thought we moved the ball offensively against their zone as good as we have all year and got us some good opportunities. And I think at one time, Squeeze, Coach Vasquez said we were like 14 of 26 from the field, and my response to him, we've got a lot of good looks.
No doubt about it. We were hotter than a firecracker. I love that porch when we come off the back porch and get that shot coming down the lane. We get a lot of good points there. And if you would have figured it up, I told the fans Bossingham had 11 points in the first 2.5 minutes. She could have beat Will Chamberlain's 100 in Hershey, Pennsylvania, but she finally slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, I gave it some thought, too, because it was like 2.5 was off the clock. She had 11. I said she's on her way for some big numbers. Yeah, she shot the ball extremely well. I was really proud of the way we played. Not just offensively shooting the ball, but defensively I thought we had a lot of energy and we had some excitement. And that's what we've been kind of working on the last couple of games and coming out, let's get excited about this. I put on the board now they went in. I didn't talk to them after the game other than on the bench, and we've scratched 5 off, 4 more wins now, and we can get back to Redbird. But you got to take them one at a time. Mount Zion and Urbana, either one of those won't be easy. And I've got the old Patrick Greathouse out there looking at that game for me, so we'll see what they got.
Patrick Greathouse, former coach here at Lincoln, the boys JVs, and he's gone on to get his master's degree in mathematics, I believe.
Yes, so he'll be a good one to get the scouting report. I just hope he remembered to do it. I got to call him in the morning. But.
So that could go either way. Urbana, Mount Zion, the 8 and 9 seeds, and then the 16 and 7 seeds, MacArthur and Stephen Decatur will drop down to play the 2 seed, I imagine, Champaign Central.
Yeah, I just look one game at a time. We play Thursday night against either Mount Zion or Urbana. We'll know pretty soon. But that was a quick game today, Bob. Becky, our trainer, said it took an hour and 5 minutes. So that's about as quick as a game you can play.
That was as fast as a Bob Gibson pitch game.
Yeah, exactly.
Minute and 5 minutes. And, of course, we get to play it at home here, and that's always an advantage when you're playing in the state tournament.
Yeah, I thought we had a pretty good crowd for the first game of the regional, and people might assume that it was a game that we were going to handle them pretty easy and why come out. But I was pretty happy with the people that turned out, and I think each game it gets bigger and bigger, even though, we'll leave Lincoln hopefully on Thursday after a win and have to go to Urbana on Monday. And I think each game, even though we have travel to Urbana, I think our crowds will get bigger.
And these are the kind of games where you get everybody in there, and that's good because those people just put in as many long hours as the starters and the reserves off the bench. And when you get all 15 in there, it's special because it's just one big family for the Lady Railers.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I wish I could have somebody to kind of keep track of minutes. That's, the important thing, especially when you're playing 8 or 9 kids a lot, kind of just show them even though you're not starting. And I think, girls like Allison Humbert, who's been a starter for over 1 year and 3 quarters and started the last game that we played in this gym her freshman year when we got beat by Quincy. Now she's relegated to not starting, but I thought Allison played a whale of a game off the bench. But, yeah, as far as the other, 11, 12 number on the bench. You got to get them some minutes. I mean, they work just as much as the other girls. They may not be as talented, but they do put in the effort. It's good to see them get 3 or 4 quality minutes at the end of the game.
Right, I was thinking about that today, about Allison's starting position, and it's just a coach's decision, and that happened when she, I believe, was just a young sophomore. She got a start for Bryn Harmer, who was a senior in that year. So you have to look at it both ways. You got to be a team player.
Yeah, and we stress team big time. I mean, there's not one individual who's going to carry us to the state. It's going to take really 15 girls. All the experience I've had in athletics, you've got to have from the number 1 player in the starting lineup to the 15th player on the bench. You really got to want your team to win, and we addressed that last week. I firmly believe that. I've been on teams in the minor leagues in baseball that, I was the same way, sitting in the bullpen and kind of cut each other down and kind of hope for them to fail. Well, those teams weren't very good. The minor league teams that I played on, wherever there was cohesiveness and everybody cared about one another, we had really good teams. And I think if, in the minor league ball, you can kind of get that in baseball where a lot of people against each other because you're kind of rooting to get to the trying to get to the ultimate, the big leagues. But, if it can work there with cohesiveness, then it can work anywhere. And I've found that as a coach, and as an ex-player, that the teams that have been successful, the teams that really pull for one another, and I felt that tonight, all 15 girls, and that's a good sign, and let's get after it on Thursday.
That's right. It's got to be a close-knit team. It's got to be the experience of the head coach. It's also got to be some of the advice from your assistant coaches, and it's got to be the sixth fan. The girls love to see the fans come out and cheer them on.
Oh, they do, and you could just tell in their eyes they were a little bit more focused for tonight's game than they were, say, 3 weeks ago, because now it's all or nothing, and they know what all is, and they don't want to end up with nothing. So I told them before the game, I said, it's a new ball game, the old cliche, everybody starts at 0-0, and I said, there's one team that I'd rather be coaching in this tournament, and that's Lincoln, and so let's get after it.
They're a good bunch, Coach.
No, they're a good group. They're a very good group.
You've got Bossingham and Mahler, 2 point guards in grade school that competed against each other, and they're both advancing to the Queen of the Hill shootout.
Yeah, it's nice to see them advance. And Kelsey and Michelle Young both had 6 and were nudged by 1. They made a great showing, but we advanced too, Angie and Emily, and they'll be shooting. 6:45 before our game on Thursday here. So they've got a couple more rounds, and they'll advance to the state if they can keep advancing.
And another great nostalgic thing about this team is I showed a film to my daughter Laura about a month ago, and in the regional championship back when they were in grade school, Robbins, Bruce, and Bossingham were on the same team against the 5 girls from Carroll Catholic. So they've been playing against each other
Yeah.
and playing together since they were in 5th grade.
Yeah, that's kind of neat about Lincoln. You get a lot of the schools where you get, like my son and daughter is going to go through Bloomington Junior High, and that's the only junior high that feeds into Bloomington High School, where it's kind of nice that Lincoln's got all these little feeder schools. I don't think people like it because of taxes I hear around here. Well, it's another subject, I guess, in Lincoln. But as far as athletics, they get an opportunity to play maybe a little bit more when they're younger. They don't get eliminated from that sport. But when they come to high school, they kind of know each other, and they competed against each other. Now you gel them into one, and they're patting each other on the back. And I think that's kind of neat to have a feeder system like Lincoln does.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Ed. As you said, we've got 1 down, 1 to go. We'll take them 1 at a time.
That's right. Let's go get it Thursday.
All right. Thank you. That's Coach
Right,
Ed
thanks,
Moore
Bob.
for Lady Railer basketball. Lady Railers victorious tonight, 72-32. They're 1-0 in the second season. They're 23-2 overall on the campaign. Thanks for listening.
Good job.
All right.